I'm going to talk through how we can insert a little bit of code to make a text box appear to a student, and if they need a sentence starter, they can press a button and it will put one in for them. So to do this, I need a text box for a student, and I'm going to call this input 1. And I'd also need a button which is going to act as my action, so when they press this button, it will insert the sentence starter. So need a head start. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting in some code into the input. And the first thing I'm going to do is just a nice little trick, is to assign some variables. So I'm going to make sure my button is going to be equal to button 1. So therefore, if I made another page and I had button 2, I wouldn't need to change it in every bit of the code. I'd just change it at the top to button 2. The next thing I'm going to do is assign a variable for sentence starter. So therefore, whenever they see this message, the code will instantly replace it with whatever I type here. So at the moment, I was going to say collect the y terms and equate to 12, leaving you with 3y equals 12, which would be the first step. So at the moment, nothing's going to happen. I've just assigned variables. So what I want to happen is I want to have some initial text, and I want that initial text to be the sentence starter. And what you'll see at the moment, before I do anything else, you'll see that when I press preview, all I see is just my sentence starter. Now, I don't want this to show up until this button has been pressed. So there are a few ways I could do this, but the way I'm going to choose to do it today is use this function of time since press. So I'm going to press in btn, and I need the variable, and that's going to be time since pressed, and I need that to be greater than 0. So when the time since pressed is greater than 0, so that means they press the button, it's going to display the sentence starter. So I need a when, apologies. What else do I need to do? Well, I need to know what's going to happen if it's not pressed. Well, if it's not pressed, I don't want to display any text, so I'm going to put in a blank text box. So let's have a look at what this looks like. When I press preview, at the moment there's nothing in here. When I press the button, you can see that I suddenly get my first sentence. There are going to be many useful applications for this, and what I really like about it is that if I wanted to do this again on the next page, I can copy and paste. I can change my button to be a button 2. I can change it here, and then I don't need to change it at any other point. And if I want to change my actual sentence starter, I just edit this line here. So, thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one.